Did you watch our first part of the worst tornado in US? If not, find the link below. Today we continue talking about top 5 the worst tornadoes in the US history. St. Louis, Missouri, September 29, 1927. The gateway to the West has an infamous tornadic history. Fast facts: 72 fatalities, 550 injured, total damage estimate corrected for inflation, over $2 billion, over 200 city blocks torn apart, Forbes index 42.8. The September 29, 1927 tornado carved a 12-mile-long swath of destruction through the heart of St. Louis. A story written by the Associated Press the day after described it as 4 terrible minutes of a ripping and roaring tornado. According to the National Weather Service, some non-residential buildings were completely blown away, while a few multi-storied dwellings were destroyed and partly swept away. The same AP story cited above mentioned some of the city's finest homes along Lindell Boulevard were laid waste. If it wasn't for 2011, this 1927 St. Louis tornado, when adjusted for inflation, would rank as the nation's second costliest tornado. Number 4. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, April 27, 2011. Arguably the most destructive single tornado of a record-setting day during which 200 tornadoes spun across the southeast was a massive tornado which churned through Tuscaloosa, Alabama on April 27, 2011. Fast facts: 65 fatalities, 1,500 injured, total damage estimate $2.2 billion. Tornado path length over 80 miles, Forbes index 43.9. Among the numerous buildings destroyed by the EF4 tornado were the Tuscaloosa County Emergency Operations Center and Alberta Elementary School. According to the National Weather Service Damage Survey, one home on a foundation was swept clean, with only floor joists remaining attached to the foundation. The tornado also produced EF4 damage in the Concord and Pleasant Grove communities west of Birmingham, Alabama. Some cinder block homes were completely swept away, leaving only vacant slabs. Incredibly, tornado warnings were posted for the single supercell in central Alabama for over 4 hours. In fact, the parent supercell was tracked for over 7 hours from its formation in Newton County, Mississippi, to its final demise in Macon County, North Carolina, a distance of around 380 miles. Number 3. Joplin, Missouri, May 22, 2011. Just when we all thought the spring of 2011 couldn't be more violent, one single mammoth tornado left Joplin, Missouri staggered. Fast facts: 161 fatalities. This is deadliest single US tornado since 1947. Total damage estimate $2.8 billion. 7,500 residential dwellings damaged, affecting more than 17,000 people. Forbes index 61.4. A mile-wide EF5 tornado with peak winds over 200 miles per hour tore a 6-mile-long gash through the heart of the city of about 50,000 the afternoon of May 22, 2011. The sheer scope of the damage was beyond belief. Neighborhoods were left unrecognizable, including the destruction at St. John's Mercy Hospital and Joplin High School. The tornado generated roughly 4.1 million cubic yards of residential and commercial debris. In addition to the residential dwellings mentioned above in Fast Facts, more than 500 businesses were affected, impacting between 4,500 and 5,000 employees. Over 15,000 vehicles, including buses, vans, and semis, were tossed up to several blocks away, either crushed, rolled into balls, or wrapped around trees beyond recognition. Some owners never found their vehicles. Even when correcting past US tornadoes for inflation, the Joplin tornado became the costliest single tornado in US history, $2.8 billion. What tornado could possibly be worse than what Joplin endured in 2011? Number 2. St. Louis, Missouri, May 27, 1896. Yes, another St. Louis tornado made our top 10 worst tornado list. Fast facts: 255 fatalities, at least 1,000 injured. Total damage estimate corrected for inflation $2.56 billion in 2011. Generated F4 damage. Forbes Index 64. This massive tornado moved from Tower Grove Park into downtown St. Louis, then crossed the Mississippi River and carved through St. Louis on May 27, 1896. Prior to the Joplin tornado in 2011, when adjusting for inflation, this late 19th century tornado qualified as the costliest in US history. Over 8,800 buildings were either damaged or destroyed. The Eads Bridge lost about 300 feet of its eastern approach, but otherwise survived. After an 1871 tornado damaged its superstructure on its eastern abutment, the bridge was rebuilt to be tornado-proof. The 255 official fatalities make this the third deadliest single tornado in US history, behind only the Natchez, Mississippi 1840 tornado and our number 1st worst US tornado. Incidentally, the nation's costliest thunderstorm also occurred in St. Louis. On April 10, 2001, a supercell thunderstorm unleashed a hailstorm in the city, with up to 3-inch diameter hail larger than baseball. Insured losses alone were $2.3 billion, including at least 4,000 auto insurance claims and tens of thousands of property insurance claims. Vehicles were damaged at a Ford Motor plant, and both commercial and military aircraft were damaged at airports. Number 1. TriState Tornado, March 18, 1925. Given the more recent devastation we've witnessed in Joplin, Missouri and Tuscaloosa, Alabama, it's hard to fathom anything worse. Fast facts: deadliest US tornado, 695 fatalities, 2,027 injuries. Path length: 2,019 miles, but new research suggests it was at least 174 miles. Total damage estimate corrected for inflation $1.46 billion. Forbes Index 76.1. That said, according to our statistics, the infamous Tri-State Tornado of 1925 takes the top spot by a wide margin. First, the death toll was double that of the next deadliest US tornado, Natchez, Mississippi, in 1840. Of the 695 total fatalities, 234 of those were in the town of Murfreesboro, Illinois, the single greatest tornado death toll in any US city. Tragically, 33 other deaths occurred at a school in DeSoto, Illinois. There were at least 9 total tornadoes on this March day, claiming a total of 747 lives in 7 states: Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky. Then there's the incredible path. Due to data quality issues in the 1920s, it hardly seems possible a tornado could churn over a 219-mile long path. An exhaustive 2013 reanalysis by retired National Severe Storms Laboratory researchers such as Bob Maddox, Chuck Doswell, and Don Burgess, as well as retired and current Storm Prediction Center and National Weather Service meteorologists, concluded the tornado path was likely continuous for at least 174 miles from Madison County, Missouri to Pike County, Indiana. The culprit appears to have been a single classic, then high precipitation long-track supercell possibly near a warm front dryline intersection, according to the study. Remaining in a favorable environment, the TriState Tornado continued for over 3 hours with an average width of 0.75 mile and an average forward speed of 59 miles per hour. The main tornado contained multiple vortices at times and appeared to have had at least 2 satellite tornadoes in Illinois, says severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes. In an era without television, watches or warnings, news traveled by word of mouth or from the local newspaper, an especially frightening thought given the speed of movement of this tornado. At least 19 separate communities were affected. Gorham, Illinois, and Griffin, Indiana were totally destroyed. 90% of Annapolis, Missouri, and Parrish, Illinois were destroyed. Parrish was never rebuilt, becoming in essence a tornadic ghost town. An estimated 15,000 homes were demolished. Are you impressed? Ask your grandparents, did they witness those events? I'm sure that they have something interesting to tell us. Leave your comments, like this video and stay with facts beyond reality.